The presentation of the colors is brought to you by the United States Coast Guard.
Chief's mess, attend, hut!
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
We are just moments away from kicking off the 2022 high school football season tonight at Jubilee Stadium. Saraland on the road taking on the Daphne Trojans. The Dr. Pepper Friday Night Rivals presented by Sonic starts right now.
This is Dr. Pepper Friday Night Rivals, presented by Sonic.
It all starts on the Eastern Shore of the 2022 high school football season. The Saraland Spartans ranked number 3 in 6A on the road to open things up against Daphne. The Trojans in 7A this year and expecting big things as we get ready to open up the 2022 season here. And my partner for the 22nd year.
Yeah.
Dan, how about that?
How about it?
22nd year as we get ready for high school football here tonight. You know, I think one thing coaches tonight and all across the state are wondering, how are my young kids going to respond when those Friday night lights start shining down on them?
And the TV lights, too.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the one team tonight that's really got to concern themselves with that is Saraland.
Yep.
They're unique in the fact that some of their best players, highly recruited players, are some of their youngest players. So that's something to keep an eye on tonight.
These young players for Saraland, however, made big impacts last year. One of them that you want to talk about right now, he is a receiver on the outside, and he is fast.
He is real fast, and in fact, Alabama moved fast and offered Ryan Williams, who had an excellent freshman year. Ryan Williams, 6'1", 160, I should say. He'll grow into that body. He's only a sophomore. But Jeff Kelly says by the time he's all done here, he'll be one of the most highly recruited wide receivers in the United States of America.
It's going to be interesting to see how he matches up against the secondary of this Daphne team because they have a lot of experience back there. They're physical, and this is a guy who kind of makes it go not just on defense, Dan, but also on special teams as well.
He can't wait to get his hands on the ball. So if that's an interception, that's fine. His name is Cam Long, really good player. Again, a senior. Keep an eye on this matchup where you have so many of the skill players for Saraland are so young, and yet Daphne's got these senior defenders, seniors all over the field. As we mentioned, Long also very dangerous as a punt returner as well. So he's going to play a factor tonight for sure.
Yeah, he's going to want the ball in his hands, and Coach Kenny King would like to see it end up in his hands here tonight as well. All right, take a break, and we'll come back, and we will kick things off. As before we do, stay tuned for this special message from the City of Mobile about the Kindness Counts campaign to help curb youth violence. And we are about to get this one underway here in Daphne. Saraland will receive this one, and you look at our coin toss here, and happened just moments ago. And looks like Saraland Didn't he win the coin toss, and they wanted the ball. There's head coach Jeff Kelly in his 11th year, 104-34 at Saraland, and he's won at least 10 games in each of the last 4 years. Kenny King in his 7th year in Daphne, 42-24. And both these teams have some weapons returning kicks, whether it's on a punt or a kickoff. Sante McWilliams back there, the very talented sophomore who will be their leading rusher on the ground. Ryan Williams, who Dan talked about back there, and also C.D. Gill. And I think they're waiting on us. Our Redheads out there on the field, and they're waiting on us, and we're waiting on them. Jeff Kelly says he's not a big fan of Fridays until about 6:55. He just wants to get to game time and get this one.
Not in a good mood till they kick it off.
Baylor Beard will kick it off for Daphne, and that will send Williams all the way back into the end zone, and we'll see this Saraland offense come out here tonight with the quarterback K.J. Lacey, and Heather Healy's going to tell us a little bit about that here in just a moment. But we will see this Saraland offense, always high-powered under Jeff Kelly, and Ryan Williams. He is going to be the matchup challenge. We talked to Kenny King about that in his office, Dan, and he said, boy, he's got so much speed. Got to watch out. Keep an eye on him. As you see Lacey there, the sophomore, threw for 1,234 yards last year for Daphne, and quickly out to Williams and in space, and Williams going to pick up about 7. And here's that Saraland offense. Lacey, we talked about, brought to you by Greer's. McWilliams in the backfield, and Williams and Gill. And that's one thing. If they take away Williams, Gill, just a sophomore, he could have a big night. Green, Crenshaw, Chastain, Sexton, Wilson, and Turner, the tight end, all up front. As second and short here, and McWilliams, the sophomore, his first carry out to the 36 and a first down. He had almost 1,200 yards and 11 touchdowns last year as a true freshman. I guess they're all true freshmen. You don't get to redshirt. But we've seen some 8th graders play.
Yeah, we have.
Daphne defense up front. Rayner, the sophomore, but Durant and Purdue, they are experienced there. The linebackers, Davis, Childress, Lasser, and Gibson. But Long, Woodward, Hughes, and Blackshear, that is going to be a big part of this Daphne defense, that secondary. And at the 36, K.J. Lacey. Again, good penetration this time as McWilliams takes the handoff, and he'll get maybe one before Johnny Purdue, the 2-year, now 3-year starter in there. The senior makes the stop. They return 7 starters on this side of the ball. Do the Trojans.
Yeah, and McWilliams, remember from a year ago, just even as a freshman, very physical runner, and he's only going to become more of a man as his career goes on. Sophomore year, already an offer from Michigan.
Wow. 5'9", 175. Took him a few games to get going as a freshman, but boy, then he did. And out of the backfield, this one will get stopped as a big hit was put on Jamarian Evans, the senior linebacker. The flag came out there a little slow as we look at the Sonic replay to blow the whistle.
Looks like it's going to go against Saraland. False start. All right.
Yep. Usually you see some of those pre-snap penalties more this week than you do in some of the other weeks. Week 1, everybody a little antsy. Boy, love our HD broadcast this year. Looks great.
That'll look good.
So now going to be a second and about 13 on the screen. They slip it out to McWilliams, and again, Purdue is there, and also Garrett Childress, the other senior linebacker, able to wrap up McWilliams, and he gets back to about the original line of scrimmage, and we're going to have a we'll call it 3rd and 9 coming up here as you look at the replay.
Daphne likes to bring pressure. They didn't necessarily bring any numbers there, but they certainly were affecting Lacey.
So Ian Island Jr. is matched up one-on-one at the bottom of your screen against Ryan Williams. Williams, the sophomore, had 35 catches last year, and you know they're going to look his way. Zips to the near side, able to get it complete. He's got it to Gill. Did he make the catch? Yes, right at the sticks on the Daphne sideline. And we talked about C.D. Gill, the sophomore. And it looks like he's going to have enough for the first down, but there's going to be a couple of holding flags in the backfield. It's a nice ball thrown there by Lacey and a nice catch by Gill, but it's going to get wiped out as we have back-to-back penalties now here against Saraland Spartans.
See if we're going to get an official call here. Lacey really gets rid of it well. He changed his arm angle to get the throw out there.
Now, third. And forever coming up. So, third and about 17. Lacey, pressure coming. Gets away from Purdue, dumps it off on the far side. It's underneath. Williams has it, and he gets again back up the original line of scrimmage, but nowhere else. As he's brought down. Cam Lang there to make the stop. Dan highlighted him at the beginning of the broadcast.
Yeah, and they, you know, they got pressure with just 3 rushing. So that was, watch, kind of broke the play right there. That is Purdue. That's the guy that's been here a while. And he's not gotten any smaller since he's been a Daphne Trojan, I can tell you that.
Now Cam Long will go back to receive the punt. Hunter Kirkland's got a big leg for the Spartans. Spiral kick, and Long has to get away from it in the wet turf. Field is definitely more wet on the far side, we noticed, Dan, over toward the Saraland side. Maybe it slopes a little more that way on the rain, but it's definitely a wetter track over toward the Saraland side of things. So Daphne's defense, I think if you're Kenny King, you're happy with what you just saw there. Career starting lineup on offense. Okay, so Gabe Reynolds threw 23 touchdown passes last year for Saraland.
Yep.
Now he's over at Daphne. Boykin's the big receiver. Going to want to watch out for him. He was on our pregame show, number 1. Blackshear on the other side, number 6. McAdams, Donahue, Sasser, Brown, and Stevens up front. Willoughby will come out of the slot a little bit, and they come to the near side. That's Blackshear, and Blackshear played quarterback some last year. Gets up to about the 37, and he's going to be enough for a first down. And so Reynolds completes his first pass of the season to Blackshear. Kind of loop that one out here, and White, the junior cornerback, able to make the stop, but a first down for the Trojans.
4 new guys in the defensive backfield for Saraland.
Out of the backfield they go to Nick Clark, and the big physical back for the Trojans has got another first down up near midfield. Nick Clark, a lot of experience. They're 5'8", about 200 pounds. And he's trouble when he's in space, not from a pure speed standpoint, but he's just going to run you over.
Yeah, I mean, where do you hit him, right? And we've been doing that for a number of years, too. Veteran Daphne team.
So 2 for 2 on this drive for Reynolds. To the near side, nearly picked off. Ooh, that one got tipped, I think. Otherwise, Deldon Gully was looking at that.
Yeah, Reynolds very lucky on that one. There's, get a look at the Saraland defense.
Coleman, Paramore, and Bird. Paramore and Bird played a whole bunch. Bowie, a really good-looking sophomore. Thompson and York. Curtis, boy, he's a junior, and he is a specimen. And then the youngsters in the secondary you see there. 2nd and 10. Clark tries to bounce it to the outside and then cuts it back inside. And there's Bowie, that sophomore, making the stop. Really talented linebacker, 6'2", 195 pounds. And Saraland's they're going to rotate. They'll rotate 6 guys on that D line all throughout the game. And they also got a few young, more youth, but they'll rotate some linebackers in as well. They'll go a little deep on 3rd down. Give to Clark. Clark tried to cut it back. Gets shut down momentarily. Breaks the tackle. Still on his feet into the 45. And now Kenny King and offensive coordinator Lamontis Gardner will have a decision to make here at 4th down on the plus side of the 50.
You know, you mentioned that the field seems to be wetter on the Saraland side. Why would it be? I don't know. But he slips right there.
And they line up. They're going to go for it. See if they just go a hard counter. If they want to snap it, now they're going to send the punt team out quickly. There's plenty of time on the play clock at 20. And Ryan Williams will go back to receive this one around the 10. Baylor Beard will stand at his own 40. So both teams with dangerous returners. Bit of a low snap. Not a great kick at all. And it's going to roll down inside the 15. So each team's defense flexes their muscles a little bit.
One first down each, but kind of a stalemate. Offense, defense. Saraland's going to get it back again with Saraland. I think what Kelly's thinking about his team, Jim, is they don't have the way Daphne brings pressure. They might be able to sneak a big play on. They've got such talent at the skill position, and also the quarterback Lacey really good at anticipating and getting the ball to his runner where he can make a play after the catch.
Got to have those pre-snap reads when they're showing pressure, right? Zips that one in. You can see the arm strength, and he's able to get that one up to just across the 20. Brooks Wamby, the junior, with his first catch of the night.
Yeah, tough kid right there. Lacey, a lot of confidence. You can see that as he had the pocket, he's able to step into the throw.
Got 7, then hands it off to McWilliams, who's driven back. And a loss on the play and third down.
I mean, does Daphne pressure you or what? And it's not just coming after the quarterback. It's dropping you for losses, messing up your, down and distance. They do it a lot on first down. Here they do it on second. That's Tyler Durant, 6'2", 265, and motivated.
And starting since he was a sophomore, and we get all kinds of movement prior to the snap here.
How motivating is that Daphne defense seeing their teammate, former teammate now,
sure,
across the line of scrimmage for Saraland?
And love getting a little listen in on the officials there, since we're going to go against Saraland. I think we're going to take a heat timeout here. Our first one. Dan Brennan, hydrate. You heard the man. Hydrate in the break. Halfway through the opening quarter, we're scoreless here on Friday Night Rivals.
Yeah, let him play.
Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, Heather Healy on the sidelines back here at Jubilee Stadium. Is big matchup here tonight. Saraland, number 3 in 6A. Daphne up in 7A, and kind of what we thought we were going to get here. The matchup early on, really good defenses, both offenses feeling things out to start this one so far, Dan.
Yeah, neither have been embarrassing, but each with a first down. Saraland has hurt themselves with penalties.
So 3rd and 10 here for the Spartans. Lacey fires it down the middle of the field, and he looked for Gill, and Gill tried to draw a little contact there as they had the matchup they wanted, as Gill was running with the linebacker, Garrett Childers, who had good coverage, and it looked like Gill tried to maybe give him a little bump to try to draw that flag.
Yeah, didn't get the flag.
But you saw the pressure get to Lacey as well.
It did get to Lacey, and that's what Daphne's going to do. They're going to make you think quick. Now, Lacey's very capable of doing that, but they're not going to. They don't give you many plays off this Daphne defense.
So Cam Long will stand right at midfield as Kirkland will punt from just outside of his own goal line, and at the 48, Long out to the outside, inside the 40, 35, still on his feet to the 32, and Daphne has flipped the field, and they have got excellent field position, and that's exactly what Kenny King was talking about, what he wants Cam Long to do when he's returning punts and kicks.
It is exactly what he wants him to do. It's what Long likes to do. He likes the ball in his hands. He likes to challenge an entire special teams punt team, and he's not afraid. He's been doing it a while. Again, all the seniors on Daphne and so many sophomores and juniors on Saraland. Just keep that in mind.
Gabe Reynolds out here now. We'll see Michael Scott check into the backfield with Reynolds as he rolls out to his left, floats that one out, able to get it complete to Boykins, our guest on the pregame show, and he wrestles over there with Edric White.
Boykins is a man.
Wonderful young man, too. Yeah. Really enjoyed talking with him. 6'3", 195, and really elevated his game as a junior. Yep. And that's what Kenny King was telling us. And then They look for huge things from him this year. Reynolds with time over the middle, fires, and it's incomplete as he is trying to get that one to Willoughby, and good coverage there. And now another third down coming up.
Reynolds had a big game with slants against McGill-Tulane last year.
Yep.
That was the night he won the job.
Rallied his team from behind, and 3rd and 6. Coming up here for the Trojans. They'll roll Reynolds out again. Looks, steps up, middle of the field. It's nearly intercepted, and diving. Did he get a hold of it? He did. Cameron Lafitte comes up with a pick. Lafitte, the junior, with the interceptions. That one sailed a bit on Reynolds. And let's watch as he rolls out.
Yeah, he was really forcing it in there. And you know, talking about Saraland, a little concerned with those 4 kind of younger guys, first-time starters in the defensive backfield, but so far they have not been a problem. They have not been a liability.
So Saraland takes it away after Daphne had great field position, starting that drive on the 32. And there you look at Lafitte, who had the interception. Lacey, inside pitch, and McWilliams is wrapped up right away. Tried a little pitch to the inside, and there was just nothing going on. Julian Mark, senior, came in. And drops him back for 2, and now sophomore quarterback Lacey threw just 6 interceptions last year with his 8 touchdowns, but you know, Jeff Kelly, last thing he wants to see is a turnover here. And now Lacey rolls out, dumps it out of the backfield. Able to get this one up the far side and complete out to about the 15. Another 3rd down. Coming up here is Clint Smith, the senior. Plays linebacker for this team as well. It's a little safety valve on that one, and gets him a little breathing room.
It does, you know, manageable 3rd down, 30, maybe 3.5.
He'll go empty. Lacey is a confident quarterback, loves to push it down the field. Looks far side, and that one tipped up off the hands of Williams and incomplete. Would have had the 1st down there.
Lacey did his job, right?
Yep.
Made the decision, quick to make the decision, knew where his wide receiver was on a, you know, just quickie to the outside, and he was open.
So another punt coming up here, and Cam Long will now stand inside his own 50 as Kirkland will punt this one again from right at his own goal line. The field has been tilted in Daphne's favor so far. Pressure coming, blocked! Blocked it through the end zone for a safety.
This team's got athletes, and they let them loose, too. They really turn them loose, pressuring offenses and pressuring in this.
See if it's Blackshear, Dan, who gets it. It indeed is. Wow. Goes up. And Stephon Blackshear, the starting wide receiver and cornerback, goes up there and gets it. But, you know, how about the situational awareness? Wasn't going to get there, wasn't going to get home, but able to use those that jump, get up, knocks it out of the back of the end zone for the safety, and now Daphne's going to get the ball back with a 2-0 lead.
Not only does Saraland's offense has had a lot of trouble, especially since that first drive, which didn't go particularly well either, just did get at least 1 first down, but what you're seeing is, again, Daphne affects the line of scrimmage and everything beyond it.
Pat Ivy, Daphne graduate, watching this one down in Orange Beach, says boom on the text line. Off to a good start for his Trojans here, and Kenny King's got to be excited about what he has seen so far defensively, and going to be a little upset of that turnover, but kind of got that one back there with the safety on the block punt, and going to get the ball back. Kenny King in his 7th season here. Great chat with him before the game.
Let's throw it down to Heather real quick.
catch up with you guys. Great to be here for another season with y'all. Let's first start with Saraland, the battle of the quarterbacks tonight. Saraland sophomore quarterback KJ Lacey, he's what's going to be on the field tonight. And head coach Jeff Kelly says that this kid, even though he's a sophomore, even though he's young, he said, hey, he can play with any quarterback in the country. You just plug him in. For the home side, the Saraland fans will have a very familiar face as senior transfer Gabe Reynolds will be taking snaps for them. So that's what you're going to see on the field tonight. And head coach King says for Daphne that they are very physical, they're very tough. They know that they can contain them very, very early. And you've seen that tonight in some of the plays, some of the pass plays in just the past few minutes, guys.
Who blocked that one out of the end zone, takes this free kick up to the 37.
Thank you to Heather. Having some troubles and issues communicating with her, so we had to hang on till we could get to her first report of the night, but hopefully that will not be the last.
And Daphne's offense will come back out here with a 2-0 lead.
Neither offense impressive.
Or both defenses looking great.
I would say check. But let's see if any offense can find some rhythm. Reynolds has been a little confused. He almost threw a pick six, then did throw a pick.
Yep. Reynolds gives this one back off to Clark, and Clark on the left side of the 46, a gain about 7 on first down.
He's got a little lateral movement to his powerful style.
She'll give him 8 officially, so 2nd and 2 here for these Daphne Trojans.
That's one of these run plays too, Jim. The wide outs for Daphne, very physical.
See the size on Clark, and he's got a first down and up the middle. There's nobody home. Will they catch him? Clark makes a move at the 10. Still on his feet, and he's down inside the 2. Talked about he's maybe not going to run away from you. Well, there he just ran away from a bunch of Trojans.
Where's the safety, right? He cuts back, and suddenly there is no safety in the middle of the field. And right here, boom. Safety was creeping up a little too much. Jeff was telling me the safeties have got to play well. Right there.
They're all young back there.
Yeah.
51 yards for Clark, our biggest play of the night.
So right there you did have a busted play. That is exactly what Jeff was hoping would not happen tonight.
We're in the Dr. Pepper maroon zone, and we'll get a timeout here. Daphne wants to take a timeout. Nick Clark might be like, okay, I might catch my breath a little bit here and this one. We'll take a timeout. Inside 2 minutes to go. Daphne on top, and they're driving. 1st and goal coming up when we come back. Head coach Jeff Kelly. Saraland Spartans, and his defense has got their backs against it right here, down 2-0. Jim Cox and Dan Brenner, our first game of the season. Welcome everybody watching this one on NBC 15. Of course, UTV 44, our usual home. We'll be back there all season long as well. And 1st and goal with Clark in the backfield. They'll direct snap. Clark on the right side dances and up to the goal line, and he's in for the touchdown. So they go the Wildcat. And Clark with the touchdown had the 51-yard run to get him down there, and then able to convert.
Took a timeout, let him catch his breath, and then you got the wild Clark, I guess you could call it. He makes a little contact at the goal line. That was good blocking up front, too. Daphne looked really good on that drive, albeit a quick one with one big dominant play, and that was a long run by Clark, who now shows us he can also change the jig a little bit.
Beard on for the PATs. And it is good. And Daphne, just like that, has taken a 9-0 lead on the safety. And the touchdown. And we're still in quarter number 1. Opening up the season tonight. Friday Night Rivals, UTV 44, NBC 15. It's Daphne and Saraland to open things up. hard to like concentrate with that nonstop. Big crowd here tonight. The Daphne student section. They're always they're always big. They never disappoint. But you can see
they damaged one of your shirts one time.
They did. It's donated that shirt. It was a white out, and I got the white on more than the white out. Up to the very top, you can see us here at the press box here. Great location at Jubilee Stadium, and big crowd here at Daphne watching our season opener here. And you know, I'm not going to mention we're going to call him a coach that texted me and said he does not like the new Daphne uniforms. I could not disagree with that texter more. I love those new Daphne uniforms.
I love the yellow with the purple at home. I love it.
And you know what else I love? I love those big numbers that are easy to read from. It's not as easy as it was 22 years ago to read those numbers as that one goes into his eye. So Saraland here, I think, got a first down or two, get a little rhythm, maybe a little confidence, maybe just kind of calm things down a bit, right?
Yeah, and you know, so Santi McWilliams, you know, here's a guy who's a highly thought of prospect and football player. He's a sophomore running back, and he's already been offered nationally. He can't get going, and the reason he can't get going is simply that pressure from the Daphne defense. I like a lot to like about Lacey, the quarterback, for sure. He just hasn't made the play yet.
Inside give this time. Ryan Williams coming around to the edge, and Daphne's defense stays home. And he does not even get back to the line of scrimmage. Helmet lost on the play there by Ian Island on the pursuit.
Yeah. But Island was on an island and made the play against the big-time speed guy here in Williams. Watch Island break him down. Good job. Helmet comes off. He's got to come off the field. Good play, Island.
Gets just back to the line of scrimmage.
You got a playmaker, get him the ball quick. That's what they tried to do there. It just didn't work out.
2nd and 10. Lacey has some time now. He gets a big hit, fires. He's able to get it complete. He's got it to Williams across the 40, and he loses his helmet. But he had some help in that one coming off. As Long had a handful of the back of the helmet, but up to the 42 and a 22-yard pickup, and Lacey stayed in there as he had the pressure coming from Johnny Purdue.
Quarterback talent right here. Look at him change the arm angle and flings it out there.
Oh, that was a face mask that might have been missed. That's why the helmet of Ryan Williams came off.
That's really what a play by Lacey. That's a sophomore, y'all.
Yeah, that's Purdue coming at you 295 downhill. Big play here as Saraland gets things going, and now across midfield as McWilliams picks up about 8.
We can depend on this. They're going to feed it to McWilliams. There's no doubt. They good blocking too on the right side there, so he's able to cut it up and get 8. But that was more blocking than it was really powerful running. But McWilliams finished the deal.
Now they'll go Wildcat. They'll put KJ Lacey up top, and Ryan Williams takes it and gives the handoff. That's going to be good for a first down up to about the 45-yard line. So a little different look on that one.
All right, Jim, here you are across midfield, first down, running the ball pretty well.
You get a chance to think about it before quarter number 2 starts.
Okay, so we have quarter number 2 on the way, but I would say during the break, think about this. A little play action maybe and one downfield.
He's a gunslinger. KJ Lacey's a gunslinger.
Not just his mentality, his talent.
Kenny King and the Trojans behind the big run of Nick Clark on top 9-0 through 1 here on Friday Night Rivals. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, and a whole host of people here at Jubilee Stadium in Daphne. It is a packed house on our side. We're on the Daphne's press box side. Saraland brought the house as well.
And fans are just wrapped around on the at the fence.
And now a bit of a hard count here by Lacey. Looks like he drew Purdue offside, and so that'll bring up 1st and 5 now for Lacey. If you're just joining us, Lacey was the quarterback at Daphne last year as a freshman, a starter, and in the offseason moved to Saraland. And Saraland's starting quarterback, Gabe Reynolds, was a junior starter last year, and he transferred to Daphne.
Yeah. How about that?
Storyline we have not had before on Friday Night Rivals. Far side, Lacey able to get that one off to his favorite target. And that is Ryan Williams to the 31-yard line.
Quick observation. The kid, quick decision maker, gets the ball out quick and with velocity. That lets Williams do what he's going to do. Watch how quickly he gets the ball. Once the decision is made, now he's able to operate in space because the defense is anticipating that throw.
First down at the 30. And there's Williams again, had 4 touchdowns last year as just a freshman, but they had another talented, his cousin Jarrell Williams, starting on the other side as a wide receiver, who's up at West Virginia right now. But
yeah, he was a senior last year, so he got a lot more of the looks.
And Childress comes in and blows that one up, and it's the sophomore McWilliams for a loss on first down of a couple.
Yeah, and what I like about McWilliams, though, he, again, the attitude of these guys, most of them are honor students. They just have good attitudes, and they're ready to go to work. There's not going to be any quit in this kid. It's going to take a while for him to get a big run. He's going to keep plugged until it happens.
Yeah, almost 1,200 yards as a freshman in 6A. That's big boy football. It's just a 9th grader. Lacey dumps that one out. Williams slides, and he's able to make the, nope, I'm going to say incomplete. Williams says he caught it.
Wow. If he's, you got to wonder if maybe he did.
Let's take a look here. And
it was an unlikely catch, but he caught it.
I agree. And I mean, we had the young man on our pregame show. He's not going to tell a fib. Tell right when we met that young man.
Really good kid.
Met his folks there last when we recorded our pregame show earlier in the week.
This is a special group at Saraland. Just a lot of the top-tier talent happens to be sophomores.
All right, 3rd and 11. Pressure coming. Lacey gets it off, and going down to a knee was Michael Smith, and would have been down there anyway. But boy, it's the first time we've seen Daphne really bring the house.
You know, they bring it. They affect you, and if you can't roll away from it, which Lacey wasn't able to there, it just really affects the throw.
All right, so 4th and 11, so it would be about a 48-yard field goal attempt from here.
We're going to go 3 wide with McWilliams in the backfield.
Yep, going to bring him to the bottom of the screen. So 4th and 11 here for the Spartans. Lacey will roll out to the side where the receivers were, fires it off and slipping down, incomplete. He's going to be close to the sticks, but Daphne's defense holds as Williams lost his footing.
Jim, he's open. That's the thing about this. Yeah, he threw it behind him, or maybe he was anticipating him keeping the pattern coming to the sideline, one or the other. But man, he was open.
I'm not sure if that was a footing issue. But, you know, one thing to think about too is you see the ball being put in the air more on the Saraland side. Got to keep those balls dry too, and that can really have a big impact on the passing game. Daphne's defense is having more of an effect on the passing game than the condition of the pigskin right now.
I would agree with that.
Reynolds and the Trojans back out here. Inside give and penetration, nothing. This time it's Saraland with the penetration as Cameron York, the junior, came in and wrapped up Michael Scott. Just blew that one up from the get-go.
Cameron York tackles him twice. Down? Let's do it again. Oh, no, okay. One time.
A loss of 3. Neither one of these defenses one you want to be behind, get behind the sticks.
No, and that's certainly what the Daphne defense generally does. And now Saraland showing the same ability.
And Boykins is the big play receiver number 1. They look to go to him. Reynolds with pressure, and he overthrows Boykin, who they tried to come to. And Boykin got a little tap there from Xavier Crenshaw, the junior cornerback. And watch, pressure was coming on the blind side from Reynolds as well, and got it off, but took the big lick from his former teammate Isaiah Bowie, the sophomore, who's a really talented young man. Jeff Kelly high on him, and now we got 3rd and 11, make it 3rd and 12. Here for the Trojans as Reynolds looks over.
Got to avoid the big mistake, Jim.
He's got one interception tonight. Saraland only rushes 3, fires at 2. Coming out of the flat, incomplete. Is good coverage there as Blackshear was covered really well by Chris Thompson. And Saraland's defense comes up with a big stop.
They've come up with a big stop pretty much the whole night, but you know, you had the block punt was the safety. Look at these defensive backs playing pretty well, and the fact is, it was a blown assignment on a run that led to the one Daphne touchdown.
Williams will stand back at about his own 35. And Beard to punt from the 12 and an end-over-end kick. Williams will take it at the 34. Makes one man miss at the 40, and now special teams coming into play again. Ryan Williams, 66 yards for the touchdown, and Saraland is on the board.
As well as this team has played, the Daphne Trojans all night, go to that 9-0 lead. Suddenly, one play, you got the guy again. One of the best sophomores in the country, and he shows what he can do with his speed and really one jab step and gone. See you later.
34 and goes untouched.
Well, he accelerates that top end speed pretty quickly.
Nobody was going to catch him from behind. We knew that. You knew that when he got away. And so now Kirkland will try to make this a 2-point game. And Saraland with a late addition, as you see Williams head over and sit down and get a break. And Saraland makes this a 9-7 contest with the big special teams play, and we'll take a timeout. Ryan Williams gets Saraland on the board with a 66-yard touchdown return of this punt. It's 9-7 here in the second on Friday Night Rivals. Friday Night Rivals brought to you by Dr. Pepper. As this one opening up the season here tonight. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, Heather Healy down the sideline, our great Friday Night Rivals crew. Matt Melton, our statistician. For now.
Short timer, huh?
And boy, it's exactly what Saraland needed. Needed that big play, and Williams, you know, anytime the ball's in his hands, it's a chance for a big play, but you also can kind of feel a little the momentum. It's kind of got sucked out of this sideline a little bit right now, Dan.
No doubt. I mean, it's exactly what Saraland can do. Kelly telling me the other day when I visited him, we might not be able to methodically go up and down the field, but we've got the guys to make big plays. This time it just happened to be on a punt return.
Cam Long is back deep. This time it'll be Blackshear who will take it at the 1. Blackshear trying to answer back, and he's across the 20 into about the 27-yard line. He's another great athlete on the field here tonight. Wide receiver, cornerback, was the quarterback of this team for a while last year.
He's going to be the quarterback of this team this year, too,
Yep.
looked like, until Reynolds showed up.
We'll see the Daphne defense, or Daphne offense come back out here. Clark has been the weapon on the ground.
Yeah, he's ignited it with his big runs and toughness. Reynolds has been a little up and down. Yeah, he's the quarterback. You've got to have a steady game here going forward.
So the senior quarterback brings the Trojans out here. Snap over his head. All the way back to the 10-yard line. He falls on that one. Maybe a little wet ball we talked about.
Yeah.
You would think it'd be dry coming out of a break and a change of possession, but that one Reynolds didn't have a chance.
High and outside.
Does a great job just to go back to get on that to prevent it from being any worse.
Now you're way behind the sticks here. I don't think you've got the same kind of speed that the Saraland offense has in a situation like this.
Inside trying to Cut to the near side is Clark. He makes a move at the 25, and Clark all the way out near the 40, and he's going to have the first down.
How about that?
First, second, and forever, and give it off to Clark.
We'll just pound our way out of this hole. Well, good cut again with Clark. You know, we talk about his power. I don't think we're talking enough about his ability to cut and leave people behind.
Tyler Moore chases him all the way down from the backside, but not before he picks up the first down. Reynolds rolls out to his right, and that went off the hands of Blackshear.
We're not getting much separation, Jim. Wide receivers for Daphne not really getting open. And that's putting more of the pressure of the moment on Reynolds.
2nd and 10 coming up here. Greg Peterson checking in, watching this game from up in Lake Martin.
The stars
Probably
are out.
On Lake Martin, probably more appropriate. To the 43. And a quick one out of the backfield, and that time John Davis making his first catch.
Another big third down, 3rd and 6. Whew. Pretty good look there by Bowie. A sophomore. Didn't play like a sophomore. Didn't hit like one.
6'2", 195. So 3rd down here for the Trojans. Reynolds again on the rollout. Steps up in the pocket. Now wants to reverse it. Got a nice block. Rolling out, more pressure coming. Nowhere to go. Just wants to heave this one up, and incomplete. So you see the athleticism there. Reynolds a bit as well. Out, able to elude the chase, and fired that one to trying to see sometimes Reynolds. Good job to extend this play, but good coverage downfield by these young.
And also Bowie. He's not able to get the corner right there, and that's the sophomore.
So I'm not sure. I didn't see a flag. Sometimes it's hard with the yellow socks and yellow tape of the Trojans. But the Eagles shift there against the Trojans. That'll be declined. Jeff Kelly's going to say, hey, we want to make this 4th down. You punt it to us. Well, good friend Kelly Finley watching the broadcast up in Saraland tonight. She says the HD looks great.
Yeah.
Who are we to argue when somebody says it looks great, right?
Yeah. I mean, we look great in pregame.
That's you saying that. I've not got any texts anybody else saying that about us.
Okay, keep an eye on it.
Beard. High snap. He gets it. And guess who? Williams looking with pressure right on him. Takes it at the 15. On his feet. Williams at the 30. And up to the 32-yard line. And as Saraland comes out offensively, let's go back down on the sidelines. Heather Healy. Hey, Heather.
All right, guys, let's talk about this slickness in this field. The rain is holding up, but down here on this field, you can see how wet it is, and you can see as you watch the game how slick it is and how these players are kind of sliding all over the place. The turf, or the grass rather, isn't as as you would think it would be. But here, you can see them sliding. You can see the ball being very, very slick, very, very wet. Very hard to manage here on the field, guys.
Gill with his 2nd reception of the night. That one's slung out of the backfield. Thank you, Heather. He gets about 4 on 1st down. Gill, another sophomore. So many of these sophomores we talk about. You think there might be some people looking at this Saraland team saying, we better get him this year if we're going to get him, because they're going to be loaded again next year with all these sophomores getting this experience.
A little bit like college football, where there's so much roster movement. I'm just trying to be honest.
Far side. Complete was going to be short of the 1st down. And Wendy's Giant of the week. we'll tell you more about that during our pregame show next week. Third down. Wildcat Williams is going to get the first down into Daphne territory. And Williams down a little bit. Thinking might be in a... Haven't seen anybody cramping up, but he looked like he kind of tapped on his shoulder a little bit there as he went down.
No, not a big guy, not yet. He's 160 pounds. We've seen the speed, obviously, and he's able to make a first down there in the Wildcat. I just hope he's okay. What a talent!
And that would change the complexion of this game a bit. He's going to pop up here. See when he goes down here at the end of the play, and does he just land on the...
He's hit on the shoulder, landed on the shoulder. Is that what we're talking about here? Yeah. I don't know he's got much of a limp. Yeah, he's in pain.
Yeah. But he did get the first down for the Spartans, and they're into Daphne territory at the 47. Jeff Kelly looks on and don't give it away, Dan Brandon.
I don't know.
If you know,
I
you
do
know
not
that.
know.
Remember Fred Riley used to have pictures of us they would hold up on the sidelines?
Hideous.
Maybe it was a good thing those weren't in HD back in that day.
You want that blurry.
We'll get a timeout here. 6:13 to go, and quarter number 2. Daphne was on top 9-0. Saraland with a touchdown on the punt return by Williams, but he's on the bench right now. Come back. Almost halfway through the second here in our season opener. I think it's lived up to the Friday Night Rivals game of the week, Dan Brennan.
Yeah, we're halfway through quarter number 2, and it looks like a pretty even matchup. I can say that.
So now Williams not quite back in there yet, and that one incomplete, underthrown as they tried to come back to Gill.
Even in the stat department, too. First downs, Daphne 4 and Saraland 5. Rushing yards, Daphne's got 77.
51 of those coming on one play.
And rushing yards for Saraland only 35, but on the other side, passing yards 32 for Daphne and 73 for Saraland.
Inside gives. McWilliams will try to add to that rushing total, and he'll pick up about 6 here and to the 44, and third down coming up for the Spartans.
By the way, total yards as we rolled into this segment, 109 to 108, Daphne by 1, so it's been that even. Also some big plays with the block punt,
and the safety,
and then of course the punt return.
And the safety.
Safety, that's right.
Special teams have been a big part of this one, and 3rd and 5 here now for the Spartans. McWilliams tries to bounce it to the outside, stays on his feet, and he's going to have the first down to the 35 as he'll pick up 8. And a new set of downs. First down brought to you by Roof Doctors.
Very purposeful run here by...
What's the balance here of McWilliams?
Right, good balance. He sees the hole, says, okay, I know I need just to get to this certain point when it's a first down. That's what his concentration was on. He made it.
Williams comes back into the game, split out to the top of your screen. The sophomore who's such the playmaker went out with an injury, but only missed a few plays, and they'll go right back to him. Takes it. And he can hit from behind inside the 30 to about the 28-yard line. No breather here. You're back in. We're going to get it to you, son.
I don't think these corners can match up with this kid. And yeah, he was in pain just a few moments ago on the sideline. It looks better now, but he is a game breaker. He could really be the story of this game.
He's got size advantage on Island. Corner 2 on the bottom of the screen. Inside, give up the far sidelines, and Saraland has the lead. McWilliams takes it in momentarily, but there's a flag on the far side, and it's right in front of Jeff Kelly. And he is not happy with it. A hold is going to bring this one back. A 28-yard touchdown taken off the board. And McWilliams turned the corner out there, and Jeff Kelly not happy with the side judge over there, as that call is right in front of him. But it takes him. Let's take a look right in the middle of the screen here. Maybe keep an eye on 52, maybe in the. But the flag,
not out on the edge.
Yeah, the flag was thrown way out on the edge. It just wasn't a good toss. Didn't get close there up to the now 37. And 2nd and 12, and wide open far side. Complete to Gill down around the 10-yard line, and Saraland is going to have a 1st and goal.
You know, you've got how do you cover them all? And you have a quarterback now feeling it a little bit. Good distribution of the ball to wide open Gill.
The running game going a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Helps your sophomore quarterback. Is nice touch on that one to float it to the 10, and it's 1st and goal, and Saraland looking to take the lead here on this drive.
Easiest way to put it is Saraland's got a bunch of sophomores that don't play like sophomores.
We're in the Dr. Pepper maroon zone, and 1st and goal, and I think Daphne's going to want to take a timeout. Indeed, that is the case. Kenny King wants to maybe settle his defense down a little bit here. Big series coming up. 1st and goal for Saraland. They're knocking on the door. They trail by 2 here on Friday Night Rivals. Just about 4 minutes away from the Hanson Supertex halftime. That'll come up here in 3 minutes and 46 seconds. But right now we got a 1st and goal coming up for Saraland Spartans. Williams up to the top of the screen. And when incomplete.
Get your throw to. Williams at the top of the screen.
His favorite receiver, of course. And those two, boy, you mentioned the chemistry they're going to build over the course of, they're both sophomores.
Whew, I know. And McWilliams.
Oh, yeah, he's a sophomore.
Yeah.
And C.D. Gill just made the kid. Sophomore. Hard count. And Daphne did not, they lunged, but they did not jump. And Lacey inside give, and McWilliams battling and pushes the pile down inside the 5.
That's a sophomore getting yards that aren't there.
Yeah, he was wrapped up with like no gain.
He's tough. He is really, really advanced in terms of his mental makeup.
3rd and goal from about the 6 here in the Dr. Pepper maroon zone. Lacey rolls to his right, fires at the goal line. He's got a touchdown, Williams. 2 TDs tonight for the sophomore. He had 4 last year as a freshman. And Saraland has taken their first lead of the night as they've scored 13 unanswered. Look at throw, and Williams wide open.
Almost too easy right down at the goal line.
Little pitch and catch.
Yeah.
Kirkland will stay on the sideline, and Jeff Kelly says we're going to go for 2 here, up 4. 4 or 5 really doesn't matter much, so if you can get it to 6 here. Lacey rolling. Is he going to keep it? Fires back to the end zone, complete. He's got the 2-point conversion. Michael Smith. Guess what year he is, Dan Brennan?
Sophomore.
Catches the 2-point conversion, and Daphne has now watched Saraland put 15 unanswered on the board here. Good patience by the young quarterback.
Absolutely. And he looks to the back of the end zone. And look again. More and more guys are doing it, but I guess if it works, you really can't disparage it. But he changes his arm angle. Little Matt Stafford slides it in there. Good points.
Be a guy in KC who does that a little bit too.
Well, Stafford did it well. That kid was a great school. You follow the NFL Central?
Yeah, a little bit. Big Matt Stafford fan too. I was happy to see him win. Just saying, he's probably watching more highlights of Patrick Mahomes than going back to the HD, non-HD Matt Stafford highlights.
Yeah, well, he hasn't. They played himself into oblivion. I think he won a Super Bowl last year, so it's still rather relevant.
Just saying.
But you actually see more and more. You know, you can say Stafford, you can say Mahomes. Aren't they all doing it now? And it used to be so frowned upon.
Yep.
Don't do that. Don't change your arm angle.
Sonic is our presenting sponsor here on Friday Night Rivals. And this one will have a chance to be returned, as Long will take it at about the 5. And Long comes up the near side, still on his feet near the 30. You can see why Kenny King has him back there, and he said he loved, it doesn't matter how tired he is being on defense, and now I always get the last one to come and make that shove. Is pushing and shoving over here, and Daphne's coach is doing a good job to kind of reel everybody back in. That's just Long trying to extend a play, and then some heated push and shoving at the end of the play. Nothing egregious.
Extend the play, and then there's a question, when is the play over?
Yeah. And we'll see who the last. I saw one. There was one shove, and then there was one that was a little later. And
so Kenny King looks like you can see he hasn't had a good second period.
So they try to. So it's going to go against Saraland. So he's going to nice return up to the 39, and now that's going to get him all the way into Saraland territory.
If it's only against Saraland, let's see if it's Coach Kelly not happy he's that far away from the action, so he's just going to have to sit and stew from afar.
You know. Ooh, so maybe offsetting.
Yeah, I think offsetting is the way they're going to adjudicate this thing here. So nothing's going to change except for the fact that it's going to be stop doing it.
Adjudicate. Love that word.
Oh yeah, I've had my dad. He was a judge. He would adjudicate things in our house, and I was guilty many times.
No appeal.
I didn't even dream of appealing.
So see the dead ball there against Saraland, dead ball against Daphne, and we'll just keep it right where we're at.
Okay.
So,
all right, Jim, you're Daphne. You're now behind suddenly, but you don't. You know, you got to get something going here. But your wide receivers really not created a whole lot of separation to this point. The star of the game for you.
But Nick Clark, yeah.
Nick Clark, 45.
And he'll stay in there here on this drive as we're inside 3 minutes to go. Not been a super fast tempo in this game. It's been a lot of stops and starts, and Chad's first game of the season.
Game one, and there's been some plays where there's had been There's been a lot of discussion by the referees, also explaining things to the coaches.
So Reynolds, near side, able to get that one off to Boykins, but he is bottled up immediately. And he's going to lose about 2. Boykins, you want to get it to him in space, but he had no space there as soon as he caught it.
No perimeter blocking on that play. Saraland ate it alive. They were only bringing 3. And they were where they needed to be.
Give it off to Clark, and he's going to go backwards as well as he tried to roll out of it and got hit by more Saraland defenders.
Well, that time Saraland brought 4, and guess who got him? And that would have been the linebacker, Cameron York, who came on the blitz. Watch York, 26, right up the middle. Clark might have something, but he's got nowhere to cut back.
And Morris comes in there to finish him off.
Yeah, now it's a big, it's like lava at that point.
Yeah, I think Saraland takes the time out here to stop the clock because they're like, hey, we want to get the ball back here now with 3rd and almost to I-10 coming up for Daphne with 2:10 left, and Daphne will get the ball to start the 3rd. But we got a lot of football left here in the second quarter. It's going to be 3rd and about 15 here for the Trojans.
Well, the total yards now 166 for Saraland and 105 for the Daphne Trojans. Their offense has had a hard time.
See the big Daphne crowd right below us here. Other games, how about Gulf Shores getting the win over St. Michael last night. Baker and Theodore back in 6A. Battle Old Shell Road tonight. UMS Wright and St. Paul's doing battle. Bayside in Alberta. Before in Chickasaw. T.R. Miller and Hillcrest Evergreen. J.U. Blackshear and J.F. Shields. Rounding out our schedule here tonight. 3rd and long here for the Trojans. Reynolds, middle of the field, fires it high and intercepted nearly there by Cameron Lafitte, who's got the 1 pick tonight.
And you know, when he's tried to ad-lib, Jimmy just has not been accurate. And
kind of falling away, throwing on his back foot there.
Yeah, that's, again, the quarterback mechanics going to heck again, and that time it cost him.
Boy, that was a quick 3 and out for the Daphne Trojans.
It was when you've got Williams. And even in punt return now, let's keep an eye on number 1.
2:06 and Williams back at the 34. Snap over the head of Beard. He rolls back trying to get it off around the 10 and left foots it. Great job just to get that kick away, but let's see where that crossed on the near side. This is going to go out of bounds. They're going to mark it somewhere, I think maybe around the 33, Dan Brennan?
No.
Maybe up.
He's got it up right now. Looks like the 41.
Okay, they are going to mark it still. Snap goes over Beard's head, but
great job by Beard.
Oh, and then he got it off of the left foot here. Got away, got it off, and
that's some talent.
Yeah.
Under high duress.
And that was a disastrous series for the Daphne offense, and special teams have been a big part of tonight's game.
Both sides.
Yep. And here's KJ Lacey and the Spartans. Little play action. Lacey has time. Far side. Wide open, but not able to hold on to it. Who's Williams? Would have been a big play.
Lacey's got the arm to get it there, right? The anticipation.
Yeah, Island was late on getting over there, and that one maybe it was too much time hanging up in the air for Williams.
When you're covering Williams, you're going to be late most of the time. And he just doesn't hold on. Wow, that's a great for Daphne.
Might have been trying to take maybe a little peek down the sidelines to see where his feet were in relation to that far side. But now they'll empty the backfield, go 5 wide here on 2nd and 10 inside 2 minutes.
Let me look for something quick here. Quick tunnel screen. That'd be my guess.
Lacey goes up to the far side, able to get that one quickly and up to about the 35-yard line is Michael Smith, who caught that 2-point conversion, and will bring up 3rd and about 4.
That's what they did. Just get it out quick, let a player make a play, and they've got an opportunity. 2-down territory, obviously.
Williams goes in motion. They fake it to him, and they give it off to McWilliams, and McWilliams is going to push ahead, and he's close, very close, depending on. He's going to be just short. And they bring Clint Smith in to block at fullback, and now we'll see Lacey go under center just on the quarterback sneak. He'll push it ahead. I think Lacey's probably taken a lot of snaps under center in his young high school football career.
Yeah, his young career overall, and these kids are training from about 4th grade on. A lot of shotgun probably in his past. His past being what it is as a sophomore in high school.
Gets the first down. And 43 seconds left. Saraland has 2 timeouts. And they will start the clock. Once they get the ball set, and they send Smith off, and Brooks Wamby. Now Jeff Kelly going to take a timeout over on that far side. They'll have 1 left with 38 seconds left here in the second quarter. It's been a bit of a slog here tonight, I would say.
It has. A slog with highlights. The overall play has been defensively dominated by both teams pretty much, especially Saraland's done a number on Daphne with the Trojans only just over 100 total yards of offense in the first half. And I don't know what they're going to do or what they can do to change it, because a lot of those yards were on one play as well, Clark's run.
Yep.
So not an impressive offensive night for the Trojans, but they're only 1 half in.
So don't forget, the end of tonight's game, we'll be able to give you 3 suggestions on who to vote for our Herc Reynolds player of the game. And you'll be able to go online and do that. Then next week we'll tell you about who you selected. You can do that, of course, at utv44.com, and we'll tell you all about that at the end of tonight's game. But here we got 38 seconds left. Saraland trying to build on their lead. Out of the backfield, able to get that one off. Wamby wide open. Williams, touchdown Saraland.
You could tell when they threw it to Wamby, and he was so far behind the quarterback. It was a double pass. I don't want to interrupt your flow of play-by-play, but
yep, he drew it back wide to get behind Lacey. Takes the pass, and then Brooks Wamby, the junior, one of the elder statesmen on this team, the junior.
Yeah.
And Williams has his 3rd touchdown of the night.
One of the few star Spartans that can drive a car, it turns out.
And now trying to make it a 13-point advantage. And Kirkland does just that. 22 unanswered for Saraland. Lacey here got it off as Brooks Wamby had come in motion from the far side. And Wamby, he's like Lane Kiffin when he used to call those plays and knew it was going to be a touchdown before Williams even had it in his hands. Yep. Wamby had the signal up. So it's going to be a touchdown.
Williams had 7 yards on his defenders, just completely tricked on the play.
Yeah. And Saraland has built up the lead here. More of our great sponsors on Friday Night Rivals include the United States Coast Guard and the Mobile County Sheriff's Department. Also our friends at Greer's, been with us a long time on Friday nights, as has Barrow Fine Furniture. And thanks to all of our great sponsors. You happen to pop in one of those places, tell them how much you appreciate them being a part of Friday Night Rivals.
Yeah, in HD this year.
Yes. This kick going to be just short. Blackshear at the 5. Stephon Blackshear with a big hole up the middle. Tries to get to the outside, still on his feet, shakes off some hits. And he's going to be marked down about the 25. Blackshear's got good size, 6'0", 175 pounds. And he took a few big licks on that one. Our Dr. Pepper replay will show you here.
Good acceleration there, but then the wall kind of closes in. And he just doesn't have enough to get away from that wave of Saraland players.
Baxter Turner, tight end, also playing on special teams, made the stop here. And Daphne would love to get something here, but just 21 seconds left. You're going to get the ball back to start the third. Reynolds gives it off and pressure. Clark able to get away from one defender, still on his feet, and to about the 25 before he's finally wrapped down. As big Antonio Coleman, the sophomore, was the first one in there, and then ended up staying active and finishing off that play as Clark lost his helmet. And Kenny King says, we're going to go regroup at the half. Saraland with a 22-9 lead. And the wait is Heather Healy down on the sideline. She's got Jeff Kelly. You said Jeff's can be a little surly, a little grumpy on Fridays. We'll see how he is here at that. He's got to be happy the way his team has responded. Let's go down to Heather and listen in. She's got Coach Kelly.
Coach, I got to commend you for that razzle-dazzle action there. 22 unanswered points in the second quarter alone. Talk about the momentum that you've gained in this quarter.
Hey, that was a great call. That's Coach Bowell's play. He comes up with those deals, does a great job. I'll be honest with you, we didn't play real well to start the game. First quarter, we couldn't get out of our own way, whether it was penalties or dropping a pass or whatever. You know, we had the dang block punt. And so we just had to clean that up and come out and play, and we kind of did that. We're starting to fly around on defense. You know, we got to keep that going. We still had a couple of plays we left out here, dropped here on the post corner a while ago. But our guys have kept fighting. We got a ton of football coming. So let's see what happens here after the break.
Sophomore standout Ryan Williams, talk about his efforts tonight.
He don't play like a sophomore, does he?
Thanks, Coach.
Coach Jeff Kelly, yeah. Coach Brett Boutwell, he was, we still joke around that Brett Boutwell, Jeff Kelly's been there 10 years, but he's the, all-time winningest coach by percentage because he's 1-0. He coached the game when Coach had COVID last year. Saraland on top, halftime coming up after this.
This is the Hanson SuperTex Halftime Show.
Hanson SuperTech halftime here at Daphne. Saraland on top by a score of 22-9. Daphne jumped out early with a 9-0 lead and had a block punt for a safety, and then got the touchdown to make it 9-0, and then it was all Saraland after that. 22 unanswered. And you saw Jeff Kelly. He said we just weren't playing real well. And take a look at what Daphne has. Should say what Saraland has coming up here next week. They got Murphy. Murphy down in 6A now. Murphy forever has been a 7A.
Yep.
And then on the road they go to St. Paul's for another region matchup. That's 6A region so loaded up. Then they're home for Spanish Fort. And back-to-back road trips over here to Baldwin County for the Spartans at Robertsdale and at Foley. Then they get Blunt at home. Then they go back up to Bay Minette. And then Theodore also back down in 6A. And then McGill-Tula to close out. So all those 6A teams right there, 4 make the playoffs.
Yeah.
There's going to be some really good teams that do not make the playoffs.
We've had some coaching changes. New coach at Blunt. We've got a new coach at Viger as well. We maybe
new coach at Murphy.
Murphy, of course, with a brand new coach.
St. Paul,
Spanish Fort.
Yep.
So there's a lot of unknowns in the region, but we do know that these are teams and programs that are used to winning a lot of games.
Yeah, you still only 4 going to come, and there's going to be some good football teams that do not make
amazing
the playoffs. Yeah. So all right. So let's get to our trivia question here tonight. Former Saraland star wide receiver Bellis Jones Jr. Of course, went to SC, right out of Saraland, then went to
UT.
Tennessee.
Yeah.
got drafted in the 3rd round, 25 years old, a 25-year-old rookie.
Wow.
Drafted in the 3rd round of this year's NFL draft. What team? Might have been some couple big plays last night. I'm just saying.
All right.
Yeah.
Give it away.
I'm just saying. So, anyway, that's it. Here's our 6A preseason poll. As you see, Saraland, top-ranked team down here behind Clay Chalkville and Mountain Brook, Briarwood, Hueytown, Pike Road, Hillcrest, Tuscaloosa, Spanish Fort, Gardendale, and Pinson Valley. Well, it's heavily tilted to the north up there.
It is.
But then we'll see, I think 4 teams that come out of 6A Region 1 down here, I mean, they are going to be battle-tested for sure.
Yeah, and again, these programs that really care about their football team. And I mean, look at the facilities at Saraland alone.
Yep.
Pretty phenomenal.
Of course, Clay Chalkville won 6A last year, and they have the top spot, and rightfully so.
Let me say this about Saraland, too. It's not just the football program that is well-funded and is, top level. That entire school is, it's its own school district, so it has the opportunity to carve out its own course, and they have done a very good job.
Superintendent Milner was down on the sidelines. Talked to him before the game a little bit as well. And so we got our Dr. Pepper interview coming up right now. So we'll take a timeout. We'll have that for you. Halftime here. Hanson Tech's halftime show. 22-9 is our score. Saraland on top of Daphne. Week 1. Can you tell? Friday Night Rivals here tonight from Daphne.
Here's a message from our sponsor, Dr. Pepper.
Hey everybody, Heather Healy here for Friday Night Rivals, and I am here with our huge naming sponsor this year, Coca-Cola and Dr. Pepper. Here with me is Keith Watson, the Sales Center Manager for Coca-Cola United Gulf Coast. It is so great to have you this football season. Talk to us on why you wanted to be a big part of Friday Night Rivals this season.
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you for having us and giving us the opportunity to be a part of this. We're super excited. Just quite honestly, being a part of the community and sponsoring high school activities and sports is part of our DNA. As you can tell behind us is the pictures of a little bit of our history. Well, Mr. Bellingraf bottled the first Coke bottle in downtown Mobile in 1902. So we have been here in Mobile bottling Cokes for 120 years now. So I think anybody along the northern Gulf Coast is very familiar with Bellingraf Gardens, just a stamp of being in the community and the things that we've done, some of the events that we've sponsored. The Alabama Deep Sea Fishing Rodeo, the 89th anniversary this year, original sponsor. The Senior Bowl is such a big part of coastal Mobile, or coastal Alabama, was an original sponsor of that. And then the Shrimp Festival that happens in Gulf Shores, we actually helped organize that event. So thank you for having us.
Well, thank you for being here and being a huge part of Friday Night Rivals for the 2022 season.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the Hanson SuperTex Halftime Show.
Hanson SuperTex halftime here. You see the score there. Saraland on top 22-9. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, Heather Healy down on the sidelines. And Daphne banned. I know we really can't do for some reason we can't. There's some rules of but they sound good. Can we say that? Can we say that?
We can say that.
I guess we just did.
Can't focus on them.
God, or we can't say what songs they're playing or whatever here. So again, we're at halftime, and it's our trivia. Did you have to get on the Google machine or do that? Of course.
Everybody does now.
Yeah, of course it's the Bears. I mean, it's the Bears. He had a big night last night for the Chicago Bears. And to say the Chicago Bears could use a little help with some offensive playmakers would really just be, stating the obvious there.
I was going to stay away from that and let you mull it over yourself. But better days ahead for the Bears. Maybe Bayless Jones will be a part of that.
Yes. So, anyway, great to see him get drafted in the 3rd round. And, He'll be playing in Atlanta on October 21st. Maybe local folks want to go see Vellis in Atlanta,
nice.
taking on the Bears.
Well, the Falcons are
November 21st.
Okay, they're not projected to be a very good team, so good tickets will be available.
And neither are the Bears. And here's Daphne's schedule. So they have a short week after tonight's game against Saraland. They will go up to Montgomery on Thursday night to take on Carver Montgomery. And then they head down to the Bayou. Rematch with Black Bart. Bart Sessions, head coach down there, of course, was an assistant here at Daphne. And then they're back home for some back-to-back 7A games, Davidson and Baker. And then the rivalry gets renewed here on the Eastern Shore with Spanish Fort. That one up on the hill to close out the September portion of the schedule. Then they're off, and then their longtime rival, 7A matchup there against Fairhope. And Coach Golson, former offensive coordinator here at Daphne, now the head coach at Mary G. And then they go down to Foley, and then Hillcrest Evergreen to close out the schedule for the Daphne Trojans here. So not going to be easy in 7A this year either.
No, and you don't want to pass a judgment on a team one half into their first game of the season. So there's a lot ahead for this team. This is a team though that is senior dominated, and they really hope to have a big year this year.
Yep. Hey, if you want to reach out to us here in the booth, if you we've had people texting us and commenting on Twitter and Facebook as well, but you can reach out to us directly. Send us a question at Hey Guys. That includes Heather. Question for Heather. Hey Guys at UTV44. You can send us an email, and we will get to those, unless we're stumped, and then we'll just pretend we don't. Pretend we never saw the email. Sometimes that happens. Y'all ask us something that Dan and I just. We're not going to shine a spotlight on what we don't know.
No.
We've been doing this for 22 years, figuring out how to not do that. Halftime score on our Hanson Supertex halftime show. Saraland on top, 22-9. We're back here to Jubilee Stadium on the Eastern Shore right after this.
Welcome back to the Hanson Supertex Halftime Show.
Jim Cox, Dan Brennan back here on our Hanson Supertex halftime show. Saraland on top by a score of 22-9. And boy, the way this game started, Dan, neither one of us would have thought this was going to be our halftime score when Daphne jumped out to that quick lead.
Yeah, it's 22 straight points by Saraland, and Daphne got up to the big start. And it started actually. Few plays on special teams have been big tonight for both teams, actually. So let's get a look at these halftime highlights right now. And this will kind of paint the picture for you. Starting out, Dave Reynolds advised a pick right there.
Yeah, that was
who advised a pick.
Cam Lafitte, but then here's where Daphne started to get things going as Blackshear comes up with the block. It goes out of the end zone for the safety, 2-0. And then Nick Clark goes 51 yards to set up Daphne for their first score of the night.
Now keep in mind when we show you the halftime stats, that's a 51-yard play right there. Now eventually the next play gets it.
Yeah, they go Wildcat, Wild Nick right here. So it's 9-0 Daphne, but then things change here. 66 yards as Ryan Williams, the sophomore, goes in untouched for the touchdown. And we really said, boy, the momentum was starting to shift. And now Ryan Williams again. Oh, yeah, another touchdown. Yeah. His second of the night as Lacey gets him there. And then two-point conversion hits Michael Smith in the background. And on top are the Spartans. And then Brooks Wamby takes the pass, and he goes up top for the third touchdown of the night to Williams. And now it's a 22-9 lead for Saraland. And you know what, also, too, we didn't see a lot of defensive highlights here, but defensively, they're flying around, as Jeff Kelly said. They put the clamps on and not allowing those receivers any yards after the catch.
Yeah, watch when we look at these halftime stats, because again, you had that one play was a 51-yard rush, and then when you look at the halftime stats overall, you can see that for the most part, aside from that one play, Saraland defense has really dominated things here tonight, and we didn't know that that's exactly what we were going to see.
Yes, especially after it was a 9-0, it was a 9-0 situation. Let's go down the sidelines. Heather is down there on the sidelines. Heather.
Yeah, guys, well, Coach King was very enthusiastic about the first quarter. He said they came explosive, like you've seen. And then in the second quarter, they kind of deteriorated. And with Ryan Williams, they can't contain him. So he says he has to contain them in this half, because if not, then the Spartans are going to blow this wide open. And that's the last thing that they want to do here at Daphne, guys.
He's defensively is what he is all about. Special teams, he thought they had a chance to make some, they got the block punt, but they thought also maybe they would have a chance to get some points off special teams and flip the field and those things. But now just see if they get offensively here, get a couple first downs, move the chains. They have not moved it much at all since since that big drive.
No, they haven't moved it offensively, and then they're trying to deal with a guy that they have not been able to figure out how to deal with Ryan Williams. But can you keep up with him? You look at the speed that Ryan Williams has, and it was demonstrated on that punt return. That's how he gets so wide open on his pass routes as well. So Williams, simply a player that Daphne, they can haul everybody out of the locker room. I don't think we've got anybody that can match up with him.
Right. You see, that's Brandon Barker. That's the junior quarterback. He's just warming up to be warm just in case, or if we might be going to see something. I think he's just warming up with Reynolds there too.
Yeah, I think that's Reynolds on the
other
side.
Yeah, it is. Yep, just to keep them both loose. As we're down to about half a minute before we get things up. Hey, so we have a Hey Guys question that's already come in. Chris Haley down in Fairhope wants to know what goes into a Costa Rican breakfast. Now, I'm not sure that's applicable to Friday Night Rivals, but I've been known to make this kind of one of my specialty breakfasts that I've been known to. Well, you don't spend the night in my house very often.
Yeah, well, never.
22 years. I mean, it could be coming. So yeah, you get a little egg, a little cheese, you get a little sausage on there. Some, it's a whole thing. Ask me if I've ever been to Costa Rica.
Yes, you have.
No, I have not.
Oh, okay.
I have not, but I've made breakfast. And Chris Haley, you keep playing your cards right. You might get it one day.
Many tropical.
That is one place. It's on the list.
Okay.
I have not been there.
Okay. Well, Wagerville's on my list. So your travel agenda is superior to mine.
So Hanson Supertex bringing you our halftime show, and Daphne will get it here. And Kenny King, and also want to thank Andy Citrable. He's been a long-time great partner of ours as well here on Friday Night Rivals.
You've got an entire building named after him on I-65.
I saw that. Yeah. Naming rights.
I guess.
Also, Alabama Orthopedic Clinic. That's where we do our pregame show that you watch before this one each and every week. And also Wendy's, a proud supporter of high school football. Back to the Costa Rica breakfast. Yeah, Chris Haley.
Really?
Chris, do you play your cards right? Maybe he'll get one. If he wants to ask what it's all about, maybe
I thought we left that behind, so we're back to that.
Just I kind of branded it abruptly, and I just, if you want to chirp us via text into the booth, you're gonna get the whole thing.
Fair enough.
Yes. So
that's a respect to the text.
Correct.
Right, but not necessarily to the audience.
So Daphne would love to see their special teams get them some good field position here.
That hasn't happened either.
No. Blackshear back to the near side, and Long will take it at the 3. Long 20. Nice little spot here in Long. The handful of jersey pulled down at the 38-yard line.
It almost happened, Jim.
So
Dan Long almost happened.
Yeah, it was. Clint Smith got a handful of that jersey to pull him down, and as he was about to. Got a nice little seam here. Look how far back Smith is. It's number 12. Watch the hustle here. So he's going to be the one come up and got him because he's so fast. If he gets that, he makes a little juke to the inside, and he'd have a lot of space.
Any chance we see a little Cam Long on offense?
I would think anything to maybe try to get a little something going. Clark. And Clark doesn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He's going to lose 3. As a host of Spartans were there. Cam York, he's had a very solid game so far here on defense for the Spartans. Was the first one in there. He's a junior, and loss of 4. Makes it a 2nd and 14. Reynolds to roll out. Flips it. That one off the hands and incomplete. As he tried to go to Blackshear. Wasn't going to be much there as he's bracketed in coverage, but would have picked up a few. And now Daphne's in danger of doing another quick 3 and out as Curtis, linebacker, a little limping around, but there is a little flag on the far side. It's on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I thought I saw one drop there.
So ineligible downfield. So he's certainly going to take it or decline. Decline to be 3rd and about 13 or
2nd and 18.
Yeah. So Saraland does decline the penalty. So Reynolds needs to get something going here as he looks over to the sideline in motion out of the near side. Reynolds just a 3-man rush, wants to air it out up over the middle and incomplete. So he was trying to go to Boykins, the big receiver, and he was well covered. They hadn't really got the ball in his hands very often here tonight.
No, he hasn't. Again, hadn't got open.
Nope.
And Saraland defense with 4 new guys on the back third, and they played well.
And only rushing 3. And so now Beard will come out to punt, and Williams will stand back at his own 30. We've had snaps go over Beard's head. This one a better snap. Pressure coming. High kick, and Williams lets that one bounce and takes a Daphne bounce. And really nice job on the punt there by Beard, and pins Saraland all the way back at the 9. So now Daphne's defense can get a stop, flip the field, maybe a little shorter field to work with for that offense. But you got to get the stop here. All right, let's go down to Heather back on the sidelines. Heather.
Let's give you guys an update on the moisture on the field. You can see the wetness on the grass here, and you've seen balls fly through the air, fly through the hands of players, and it's not getting any better. It's because the moisture is still there, and you still see how cut up this grass is, and it's going to get worse, unfortunately, so that's an element that these players have to focus on and maintain the moisture here in the second half, guys.
Teams down at this end much tonight as McWilliams will not get back to the line of scrimmage, but this is where the field is the worst, Dan.
We went and took the walk.
Yep.
We were given some information like it's kind of a little pondy down this way.
At the north end, yep.
It was. Right now.
But the teams, all the action's been at the south end today. We haven't had anything down here.
So right now, this is a crucial spot for the Daphne defense.
So they stop McWilliams for a loss of 3 on first down. And Ryan Williams, with his 3 touchdowns tonight, is split out to the bottom of the screen. They go back on the inside, and the sophomore McWilliams across the 20 to the 25. He's going to be very near, and I think he's going to have the first down. Wow, going to pick up 13 on that one.
Does not quit. Sophomore running back.
USA help. First down.
Being recruited nationally, and just get the feeling that he may pop one here at some point here in the second half. Just feels his way around. He's got good vision.
Patience.
Patience and no quit. You say the same for Clark.
Yep. So he converts on second and long. Sidearms this one to Williams to the near side. And Williams, he lost his footing at the 35, and he'll gain 7. And both he and Island are slow to get up. Did they? I thought maybe Island's going to come off, and he'll get replaced by Elijah Myers, a sophomore. And Williams, he'll head off this play as well.
They were inside the 10 when this drive started. Look where they are now.
Yep, he got up to the 35. Good for the first down. Nobody was ready. Wow. I think that they're saying this was going to be against Daphne.
The nose guard made contact, Jim. That's what I saw. That was a drawn offside. That's the age-old question.
So just read the lips there, and offside on the Trojans, and so much for flipping the field with a stop here is now Saraland's out to the 40.
Now you're just playing defense, trying to slow down a team that's got it going on.
Williams back there. You see him at the top of the screen right at the 40. Lacey in trouble with that ball a little bit, but still able to get it off and get it complete. And another 10-yard pickup. Maybe 11 to the 46. You can see the ball skills there. Lacey's ball kind of, I don't know if it was just a little slippery, but yeah, slipped out of his hands, but he was able to quickly get it out. An 11-yard pickup for Brian Williams.
Williams with 10 catches tonight.
Wow.
And now just over 100 yards.
He had 35 last year as a freshman.
Yeah, he's going to have 35 in the first 3 weeks.
Yeah, he had 3 touchdowns last year. He's got 4 tonight. Lacey with time. Floats this one. Nearly intercepted. Still in the air. Oh, boy. Threw that one into a dangerous spot. And Al Woodard, the returning starter at safety, got his hands on that one. Ooh, boy, had a chance to make a play there, and could have helped turn things around a bit for Daphne. He has tried McGill, and that was still, or for Gill, still in the air. And all that for 2nd and 10. Here for Saraland. They'll go 5 wide. Lacey set up a little screen to Smith, and Michael Smith with another first down inside the 40 to out the 38-yard line. You know, the one thing we haven't seen at all tonight is KJ Lacey pull it down, or even a broken play. You know, he's so dangerous sometimes when he gets flushed out of there and has to make something happen.
Haven't seen that, really. Haven't seen a lot of RPOs.
Nope.
You know, it's been swinging out this way and swinging out this way. Let the guy make a play. That's what Jeff Kelly thinks his team is capable of. He can get away with that, playing safely and still efficiently, getting first down, keeping the ball away from your opponent. Why not?
Stan said this drive started back at the 9, and now they're up to the 39 of the Trojans. Quickly over the middle, complete, able to get that one to Wamby. And Brooks Wamby with his 2nd catch here tonight. He's got the touchdown toss as well, and he hobbles a little bit and heads off. Clint Smith will replace him. But you're talking about just the quick decision making and get it out quickly.
You know, the mind is quick, and the arm is quick, and the throws are quick.
It can't get to him. It's out so fast.
Right. It's got to be very frustrating for Daphne's defense, especially that front 3, 4.
McWilliams squirts through to about the 24.
Yeah, you just feel like this is Saraland's game right now with the talent they have on offense. Offensive line's starting to lather up, and they're able to beat you this way or that way, and that's really going to give the advantage to McWilliams as this game goes on. Sophomore tailback could have a big half.
First and 10 as the PA announcer tries to cheer on the big Daphne crowd. They hadn't had a lot to cheer about since the first quarter.
Agree.
Lacey drops back, flips it quick out and sliding, and Gill could not come up with it. He's got a nice touch on it too. He puts it out there, kind of floats it.
Yeah, very poised. You know, that rule again, you know, got a man, you set your feet and throw it.
2nd and 10. So we talked about Theodore dropping down into 6A, taking on 7A Baker tonight as McWilliams lunges to about the 19 with 3rd down coming up. Theodore on top of Baker, 32-3 in the 3rd.
Whoa.
So yeah, Theodore, 6A Region 1.
Man.
This year. 1 7A last year went undefeated in the region. Won it the last 2 years. Might have won that region the last 2 years.
You're right. They might find out it was easier in 7A. What do you say, Jim Cox?
3rd down and 5 from the 20. You would think wet conditions here, 2-down territory. Floating it, handful of jersey, doesn't matter. Williams got the touchdown. 4th of the night. He pulled away from a handful of jersey at about the goal line. And he's got his 4th touchdown tonight, matching his freshman total. And Saraland has scored 28 unanswered. Let's watch here.
Yeah, there's no way you get to the quarterback on that. I mean, that's, you know, and then you just have a guy that outruns people.
Yeah, and he got behind
Cameron Long.
Yeah, their best DB back there.
Yeah, who can run himself. But can he run on the level of Williams?
Yeah, Long, I saw Long kind of hobbling at the end of that play. He's down now just at the back of the end zone.
This is
what a night.
Turned into a statement for Saraland tonight for sure. And Long, you hope he's okay. Kid that really plays very hard. It looks like it is a cramp.
Well, you know, it's really the first one we've seen here tonight.
Yep. I cramped up a little bit ahead of time.
Well, let's see. You can see. Yeah, you can see it's coming right there, and so yeah, hopefully he'll be able to get back out there. You know, need him. Kenny King would love to have him returning the kick here to try to get something going for this Daphne offense.
Well, midway through the 3rd period, and now we've had our first 2 possessions of the half.
This drive, that was a 91-yard drive.
It was. You thought that Daphne had bought himself some time or bought himself the opportunity to get a 3 and out when they punted it all the way down on the 9-yard line.
All right, we'll take a timeout. 28-9, Saraland on top of Daphne. They're ranked number 3 in 6A. Showing why here on Friday Night Rivals. All right, so they get Cam Long off to the sideline, and now Hunter Kirkland with the PAT, and it is 29-9. Saraland here. Pass along some other scores. All right, we'll bring you our Scholastic athletes.
Braxton Turner, Saraland Spartans, Scholastic athlete. He's a 12th grader, GPA 4.5, 32 ACT. I don't know when I got that 32. What a feeling of pride. Sports, of course, is football.
You took it 3 times to get to 32.
Yeah, whatever time.
Cumulative.
And you can see all of his honors as well, including Technology Students of America. How about that? Advanced honors classes, top 5% of his class. And he plans to play college football and obtain a degree in forestry.
How about that?
Nice. Daphne Trojans, it's Will Stevens. He's a 12th grader, 3.0 GPA. He's a cross-country track guy, 4-year CC State qualifier, and he plans to attend college and continue running. What are you running from?
Yeah, thanks to Andy Citron for bringing us our Scholastic athletes, and now that one goes through the end zone. Hey, a couple of scores. Pass along. Spanish Fort and Fairhope, that's a good one down just south of us here. Spanish Fort on top 21-14 in the 3rd quarter. Viger leads Blunt 14-0. Milry on top of Citronelle 15-6. UMS leading St. Paul's in the Battle of Old Shell Road. 21-14 there, UMS and St. Paul's.
Who's leading that one now?
UMS.
Okay.
Bayside leads Alberta. And Flomenton all over St. Luke's 50-0. 32-3 now. Theodore over Baker. Both shoulders won last night against St. Michael. So we open up the season. Prattville leading Foley. Pitch off to Clark.
Yeah.
And Nick Clark out. Pick up 12 out to the 32.
Yeah, up until that play, Clark had that 51-yard run, and otherwise they had 103 total.
Yeah.
So now we'll call it 115. Clark's been the guy. He's been it for Daphne for sure.
goes to the bottom of the screen and pitch it right back to Clark, and they come to the boundary side there and spins and get a handful. And we approach 5 minutes to go in the third.
Clark is competing. Team's down 20. You wouldn't know it. A lot of fight.
They got to get some points on the board here, though.
Find people open downfield, though, Jim.
Ball goes on the ground, still bouncing around, and now we're going to bring up 3rd and long again.
They just can't get out of their own way here.
Snap never even back to Gabe Reynolds. Saraland's just sucked the life out of the stadium on this side.
And huge crowd. I mean, looked like a sellout to me. And
3rd and 7. Reynolds wants to set up the screen, and it's incomplete. Threw it over the head of Nick Clark, and another 3 and out.
Defended well because you had pressure on the quarterback, but you also had Antonio Coleman, defensive lineman, trailing the. I guess it was Clark again, trying to throw him the screen. And it was too tight a throw, and it was overthrown. Tough night for Gabe.
And Williams will stand at the 30. Oh, another bad snap. Rolls back to Beard, who's done a great job to get off punts. Got that one out of bounds, but boy, good concentration there to get that one out, and a good kick on top of it all the way down to the 26.
He showed his athleticism a few times tonight, bailing them out.
And Saraland's offense will come right back out.
And my guess is we're going to see a lot of Santi McWilliams right now. 12 rushes, 53 yards. Let's see if those totals grow as the fourth quarter. We approach the fourth quarter and wind down with it.
And you say, well, Saraland maybe doesn't want to throw it up, but been a lot just of that quick stuff.
Yep.
Here's McWilliams, as Dan said, he'll get 6 on first down. Just right off the right side.
With his replacement in there.
Oh, Washington comes in.
Yep.
Darius Washington. Go ahead and guess what year he is.
Sophomore. It's unbelievable.
Somebody's going to be a senior, and I'm going to ask him to trick you. Before the night's over. And
Jeff Kelly already bleeding the clock here. Not running it real quickly. And
sure. We're inside 3.5. Lacey zips it out, gets it to Gill, who makes one man miss, and now squirts up the sideline. He's going to have a first down up near the 45. And another young playmaker.
He may have cramped up after the run, after the catch and run. Watch. A nice cut there.
Jump stop and out of bounds on the far side, and looks like that's what they're tending to. Good for the Saraland first down. I'm going to say health first down. Give on the right side to about the 46-yard line. Washington gets it again.
Very tired Daphne defense. We talked about them coming into the night, about how aggressive they play their defense. But it's tough to be aggressive when you're just flat out tired, and that's where they are right now.
There hasn't been not a lot of deep drops where you can bring the pressure and get to Lacey. Those quick quick outs we talked about.
Yeah, on that touchdown pass, last one to Williams, there's no way they could get in the end.
Washington has another first down as he's to about the 38-yard line, right up the middle. USA help. First down. Fred Riley checking in, watching the game as he always does. And if he has a social obligations, he hits the DVR button and watches it on Saturday morning. This time Daphne stops that one right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of 1. As you said, down to a minute and a half to go in the third. Saraland in no hurry here.
You know, I dropped in on one of Fred's semi-pro football games, Fair Hope, and very enthusiastic crowd, I must say.
Yep.
Very hot day, and also a situation where a dog was involved on the sideline. And I'll let Fred explain that to you someday over a long lunch.
Was supposed to be there?
A dog's never supposed to be on the sideline, Jim. I don't know. Do you see any out here now?
Do not. Good point. 2nd and 9. Lacey, pressure from the backside, rolls out to his right. Flick of the wrist, and a diving catch at the 11.
Amazing.
Michael Smith. What a catch. Let's watch the replay here. Just the effortless strength in the arm.
Ooh, close one. Sure.
Vanya Kai, our sideline photographer down there, giving you that great shot. If I could, I hope everybody realize how much talent it takes to capture that on the camera while you're watching. Great shot by Vanya.
Done it for years.
So good. One of the best shooters of sports anywhere here in the Southeast. Inside give, Washington.
He's in.
And got him just shy, I think, Dan.
They threw him into the end zone. So I was talking about McWilliams is going to pile up some stats, but actually it's going to be his backup that's doing just that right now.
Lacey. Did we have a whistle before the start of that play?
Yeah, I think it's a touchdown.
Okay, yeah, I thought we had a whistle before, but Lacey just hurries up and he goes in for the easy quarterback sneak. And Chip Kelly talks to him as he comes off the sideline. Again, if you're just joining us, he was the quarterback here at Daphne last year as a freshman. Yeah, that young man's got to feel awful proud here tonight. He's had a great night. And Kirkland makes it 36-9 in favor of the Spartans. Saraland putting on the Trojans since they trailed 9-0 in the first. Since then, all Sparty. All right, high school football here on Friday night. Our Friday night rivals brought to you by USA Health. Speaking of doctors, roof doctors. Different kind of doctor.
Yeah, like a roof doctor can't work at USA Health.
Vice versa. Herc Reynolds also will.
He can work on the roof if we won't allow him in the building.
Then out to the 10 before a great special teams tackle by the Spartans. Also, Herc Reynolds will give you our chance to vote on their player of the game, and also Kindness Counts. City of Mobile. So just 5 seconds left here in the third quarter.
Riley sends me a text. Fairhope Storm football is a dog-friendly event.
Well, they had one on the sideline, so I assumed it was, Dan Brennan.
I thought there was a violation there. I don't think that he was.
Could be a service dog, could be a mascot.
It wasn't.
Okay.
It wasn't. 0 for 2.
Now we'll go 5 wide for the Trojans here. Reynolds near side, able to get that one complete. He's got it off to Boykins, and that's going to be a first down, just a little shy of the first down. It will bring the third quarter to a close. And Daphne's going to have to sling it around a bit here in the fourth if they want to get back in this one. Saraland on top big. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, Heather Healy on the sidelines, and our entire Friday Night Rivals crew here to open up the season. And we're at Daphne and Saraland on top. Big, beautiful setting the stadium is. A great wooded area all around here as Reynolds rolls out and fires up the far side, incomplete. Bring up second down and 10. UMS Wright, top-ranked team in the state in 5A. They beat their Old Shell rivals 21-14 tonight.
Good game.
Yep. Done that game a lot of years. Crazy how everybody reclassification and think, and now see you got UMS and St. Paul's playing in week 1. For so many years, it was that final game of the season.
That's right. It'd be the one weekend where we had a little chill in the air.
Yep. Clark trying to spin free, gets up the far sideline. He's going to have a first down, and Clark all the way out near midfield, and he's into Spartan territory.
Been one guy, one Daphne Trojan who's been able to line up and do his thing against Saraland. It's been
23 on that one, yeah.
Clark all night long, yeah, just effort.
The spin there, too.
Double spin.
That three, Spartan's right in his face and was able to get away from him.
Speed to get to the corner and keep on chugging.
I think he's got a little that speed a little deceptive.
I would agree.
Up to the 46. That one bounced. Tried to get it out back to Boykins. So he'll stop the clock as we're just underway here in the fourth.
The Daphne offense is frustrated and the Daphne defense is winded.
Second and 10 here for the Trojans. Reynolds flips it out to the far side and the 40-yard line, able to.
Good, strong, decisive throw by Reynolds.
Yep. We got a Trojan. A little slow to get up. That's Boykins. He's going to have some. He's going to have some big games this year. He's going to need to have some explosive games. Get the ball in his hands. Third and 4. Daphne, no doubt, in 2-down territory here, trailing. Out of the backfield, Clark has it. He's got a first down up near the 30-yard line. And stops the clock, and Clark got pushed out of bounds as well. Reynolds reverse it out of the backfield and dump that one off, and great job staying home to make the tackle on that one for the Spartans by Cam York. Well, something going there, had some space, but John Davis couldn't get away from York. The linebacker stayed home on that one. It was a good thing he did if you're a Saraland fan, because if Davis able to spin free there, he's got a lot of green in front of him. Instead, it goes for no gain. And second and 10. Stepping up Reynolds. Pressure from the backside. Rolling out. Able to avoid 2 men. Fires it off, and that's incomplete as Jacob Patterson, the senior, was there giving chase, as was Jimmy Bird. Jimmy Bird, one of those just effort guys you love to have on your team. Played a bunch last year as a junior. Just super high motor.
Saraland's had a few kids named Bird that fit that description. Early in the game, both teams having a hard time to do much of anything offensively. Since the second quarter, Saraland's figured it out. They've got 355 total yards. Daphne's got 160 right now. Wow.
Reynolds able to get to Boykins, and Boykins is going to have the first down and get stood up around the 21. Nothing else. Maybe some confidence here in this fourth quarter for this Daphne team to take up to Carver Montgomery next Thursday night.
You talk about a game that will take the confidence out of you. This would be that kind of game. The opener, everybody's hyped up. Stadium is full. You're on NBC 15.
Yep.
New HD equipment showing everybody exactly who you are.
Flag on the play here. And next week, this is penalty against the Spartans. So first down. Spot this one. See if they just outside the. We're going to be at the 11, so they can't get a first down. We're going to have a timeout. And we'll take a break. Daphne driving down to the 11. They're down 25. They need to score and then some here on Friday Night Rock.
Judge Judy, weeknights at 5 on UTV 44.
Order for a Sonic Churro Shake.
I got the ice cream.
Sprinkling the cinnamon sugar and adding a churro on top.
Ready with the Sonic Churro Shake.
In the Coast Guard, your career is in your hands. Become a chef, a highly skilled mechanic, operate boats, pilot planes, learn to lead. In the Coast Guard, you're a part of the bigger picture. Help others, protect our ports, secure our waters, defend our homes. Expand your options in the Coast Guard.
It's a voice for those who will help build our future. It's following where and why crime is trending. It's reporting injustice. Our award-winning coverage is Reality Check, only on NBC 15 News.
Over Blunt in the fourth.
That's not. They're going to be a train wreck offensively. They got nothing against Tiger. They're going to be a train wreck.
Jim Cox and Dan Brennan here at Jubilee Stadium. Saraland number 3 in 6A against the Daphne Trojans in 7A. Gabe Reynolds trying to get his team on the board for the first time since the opening quarter. Reynolds rolls to his left, floats back, feels the pressure. Now he's going to tuck it and run. Looking at the 10, still on his feet. He gets down to about the 7-yard line, and the Spartans closed in quickly on that. See the kind of the game, kind of the gamesmanship that you see out of Reynolds, trying to extend those plays and make something happen. Tucked it down, but he just didn't have anybody open to throw it to.
Yeah, you got a fast Saraland defense. They're not going to let you run around there forever. They pursue very well. Power to the right.
2nd and 7. Flip it to Clark, and they go that way. Clark sees the hole and dives into the end zone for the touchdown.
There you go.
Good drive there for the Trojans.
A couple of good runs by Clark along the way. Gabe Reynolds directs him down the field.
Nice hole there to blow through, and Clark has his 2nd touchdown of the night.
They kind of called their shot. Power formation to the right and to the boundary, and Clark has no trouble turning that into 6.
Now, acting with a bunch of pre-snap movement here before the PAT attempt. And Beard drives it through, and Daphne now cuts it to a 20-point game, and we'll take a break early in the 4th. Saraland still on top big. Back here in Daphne, Trojans just got a touchdown there to cut into that man and his team's lead, Jeff Kelly.
I'll tell you a little bit of our conversation when I visited Jeff earlier this week. It was almost a whisper. It was almost like, I'm going to close the door, tell you about my team. And he proceeded to say, we might be pretty good, but we're so young, I'm not sure. Are we good against our defense? Or are we really good? And they've gotten some of the answer tonight.
Great. How are some of the, I think question marks, some of those young guys on defense?
They played well.
Yep, really played well here tonight. And we got 8:44 to go. And Beard will send this one into the end zone, and Williams will not be able to bring it out. Just thinking about how long we've been doing these games, like a kicker booming them into the end zone. Like, it's just so everyday now. That wasn't the case back. Again, we don't want to sound like old men yelling at clouds like how it used to be. It's just how these young men have evolved on Friday nights and how.
But you don't have to apologize for me. I am, in fact, an old man yelling at clouds on the FM Talk 106.5 every morning with Dalton Norwood. We previewed this game this morning. Took a break from the news talk and talked about this game and the fact it was going to be on HD. And talked about that Saraland was young. Talked about Daphne was senior-led.
Did the producer not call to get the play-by-play guy in to preview the game?
Unavailable.
Go. Give on the right side, a big hole and a gain of 18 on first down for McWilliams.
But this again, like the two of us pregame all week talking about it, it's like, did we see this coming?
Yeah. Big gain there for McWilliams on first down up to the 38. Another whistle here. Not sure what. Officials having there's no penalty. All right. Maybe just a little figuring out where they're going to go post game for a snack.
Well,
by the way, Heather from the sidelines just let us know that indeed it was just cramps for Cam Long. It looks like he'll be still tending to him there. Looks like he's trying to give it a go. Keeps reaching down for that left calf. He's not back out there yet. Island is matched up against Williams. First down here for the Spartans. Inside give across the 45 out to about the 46. McWilliams continues just to grind ahead. That drive that went 91 yards really kind of took a lot of life out of this Daphne defense here in the third quarter.
I mean, just physically, you're not just in spirit, but you are physically beat up and physically whipped from defending that many times. And I think it looks like they're just going to try to run this out, but there's still got 7 minutes to go.
Fired up on the far side, able to get that one off and complete. And Michael Smith having a big night here tonight. He's up to the 30. The weapons.
Sophomores.
Yes. Roof Doctors first down. Saraland. Stan said just not in a hurry to get up to the line of scrimmage here. Let the clock continue to run and work its way down as we're a minute away from reaching the halfway point here in the fourth. Williams on the left side this time to the 27.
He's not going to be easy to handle here in the last 6 and change. We head toward the final heat timeout.
Trojan slow to get up here. Maybe we can take our heat time up as well. As that's Ethan Lacer, the senior linebacker. Looks like he might be dealing with cramps as well. Halfway through the fourth, Daphne, Saraland here tonight on Friday Night Rivals. Back here at Daphne, Jim Cox and Dan Brennan. Hey, next week we'll be going up to, speaking of that 6A, back to that in a moment. Want to thank Alabama Orthopedic Clinic, providing our live streaming here tonight and all season long. So thanks to Alabama Orthopedic Clinic. And say next week, talking about that 6A is a little pump fake, and Lacey zips it out far side, able to get it complete with maybe a face mask at the end of that one. And indeed there was, as Williams lost the helmet because of the face mask, and that might set up the 15-yard variety, which you would think when it comes off, it's usually the one you get.
Yeah, this is the second time he's lost his helmet tonight, too,
Yeah,
right along the sideline.
that's going to be the 15-yard. It's going to set up first and goal here for the Trojans. I'm sorry, for the Spartans. See the personal foul call. Talking about 6A and just how tough that is. We're going to get a glimpse of it next week up at Blunt. Spanish Fort and Blunt. Both teams in close games tonight. Blunt against Viger, and Spanish Fort tied up at 21 with Fairhope, last we heard, to the south down here. And first and goal and a hard count by Lacey, and drew Trojans offside.
And they're slogging it to the end tonight.
Yeah. Williams got like some dance moves going at the top of the screen there. You got a reason to dance and celebrate tonight. 4 touchdowns.
Well, the people that voted for the top schools in the state of Alabama, I guess the sports writers, you got to give them credit. They knew something about this Saraland team for sure. They're ranked 3 preseason in 6A.
Again, over to Williams. Williams looking for number 5. No, it is Williams. Did he get in? Okay, that was Gill, actually. Got a little overexcited there on the very far side of the field. But he, too, is a weapon. And it'll be good. Here to fit. Now, this will be first and goal. Williams has set the big night here tonight. McWilliams takes the handoff this time from Lacey, and the sophomore going to get the touchdown. As Saraland puts an exclamation point on this one. Just marched it right down the field.
Well, marched it running and throwing.
Yep.
And I don't know if that was in response to Daphne's touchdown. Like, all right, we're still playing. And mix the pass in with the run. And this game is it's been over for a while, to be honest with you.
Kirkland stays perfect on the night. And Saraland. Right here is our Dr. Pepper player of the game. This is chosen by Dr. Pepper. You don't get to vote on this one.
Yeah.
This is just from Dr. Pepper. Ryan Williams, a one-of-a-kind player of the game, and he has had the big night. 4 touchdowns on the evening. The long punt return. They got the double pass here, and they have had no matchup for Ryan Williams. And like we said, Daphne's got some big physical corners in the secondary, and you know, when you get a guy like that, that's fast. You want to try to jam him and slow him down, but then if he gets behind you, but it hasn't been a lot of super over the top like where he's gotten behind. It's just got it to him in some space. And
you know, that goal line, it might have been a 15-yard pass. That was a good example. So he catches it at the goal line, but he's 3 yards open. He's got this kind of speed that he can make a separation in a short space, or, you know, we haven't seen the long one yet, but, you know, obviously it's there. And also you have to give a lot of credit to to Lacey as well, the quarterback, because, again, he makes decisions quickly, decisively, and the ball's out. There's no chance to get to him pressure-wise.
Yeah, Lacey's 24 for 32 on the night. I mean,
quietly.
Take that for 230 yards. You'll take that completion percentage every night if you're Jeff Kelly.
You'll take this performance every night if you can squeeze it out of him. I don't know if you can, but a great performance in week 1 for the Saraland Spartans, looking really good to kick off the year.
You know, and when I was talking with Jeff this morning, he said, you know, we might throw it, you know, 30, 35, maybe 40 times, and you think about it, you think, wow, that's a lot. And then now we see throwing it 32 times here, and it didn't feel like a 32 night because it's so much of it is quick out.
Yep.
Didn't feel like one of those, but wow, what a great performance.
You know, you have the combination of a quarterback who gets it out really quickly and really to a spot. You're not just throwing to a player, but you're throwing to a spot where that player can now has a chance to take the ball and do something with it.
Yep.
Sophomore quarterback. I mean, that's a little ahead of the curve. Would you not agree?
And yeah, completing 75% of his passes. Want to thank our sponsors and great partners, Dr. Pepper and Sonic, United States Coast Guard, Greer's Barrel Fine Furniture, Hanson Supertex, Andy Citron Injury Attorneys, Alabama Orthopedic Clinic, USA Health, Roof Doctors, City of Mobile, and Herc Reynolds. Great partners, one and all. Thank you for all being a part of Friday night rivals. And Reynolds, he's not going to be able to throw it. He's across the line of scrimmage, but he's still out scrambling, and he's going to get brought down about the 43-yard line. We saw this last year. He's not afraid to stick his nose up in there when he needs to.
No, he's a tough kid and athletic enough to keep that play alive. But a buddy from the Saraland team, again, he was Saraland's quarterback last year.
Yep.
Stuck him pretty hard there at the end.
23 touchdowns he threw last year for the Spartans. And the inside give, breaking some tackles, is Scott, and he's all the way down to the 21-yard line.
Got a lot of replacements in for Saraland defensively, by the way.
Michael Scott, we saw him get a couple carries in the first half, and picks up 39 here on this one. As we move inside 4 minutes. And Clark will come back in. Reynolds, does that one go off the hands of his intended receiver, R.J. Daly, the sophomore, had a chance. Tiger shuts out Blunt tonight. 7-0 is the report we're getting in.
Is it completely dead? I don't know. He might have a little bit. I'll take it.
Reynolds a little frustrated with the drop there, but that kind of night, they've really had a hard time finding people, getting people open in this relatively inexperienced Saraland's secondary.
5 wide receivers again for Daphne, and Reynolds throws and gets that one complete to Blackshear, and he's wrapped up and knocked out of bounds. We'll keep the clock going as he's down to the 17-yard line here. We lost our game clock here, down to 3:25. And counting. Reynolds gets his team up to the line of scrimmage here. Play clock down near 5, and pitches it off to Clark straight up the field, and Clark now sees the room on the other side, then cuts it back again, and he's got another touchdown.
He does. You can see the blocking there. The fact that it was Saraland's reserves defensively, and he was going to have his way with that group, and he certainly did.
Third touchdown of the night for Michael Clark. For Nick Clark.
He's just kind of pacing himself there, looking at all the open space, trying to decide which way is the best way. But
he's none of you have tackled me tonight. None of you out here right now have.
You guys are you guys.
And they didn't touch him much on that one either. And he's, you see, and we saw him play last year too, but 5'8", 200, you don't think, he's just more shifty than I think you would.
And I remember, actually.
Yep. And Beard converts that one with 2:50 left to push this one up to 43-23. Try the onside kick here, Brennan.
Well, I don't know that you do. I don't know that you don't, but I think at this point now, Saraland gets the ball, and I don't think you throw the ball again. If you're Saraland, obviously you've been able to run the ball here in this half pretty effectively. Let's see if it's going to be something special. Could be. This was a testament to how big high school football is. That the fact that we were going to be on NBC 15 tonight.
Yep.
The weather had been kind of bad the last couple of days. We've had wasn't terrible today, but we had a lot of rainfall last few days. It's on TV. Everybody knows that. And
huge crowd.
Full stadium.
Huge crowd. Will they try the onside kick or just boom it deep? And they send that one into the end zone.
Got a clock back, 2:50 to go till we send it down to Heather to talk to Coach Kelly.
I guess maybe see some fresh jerseys on that
on the
offensive side as well for Saraland. We got some substitutions in there for Daphne as well, and Kenan Weaver now will come in at quarterback. Hands that one off to Dearius Washington to about the 26-yard line.
Weaver back either, by the way.
Weaver quarterback at Citronelle way back.
Well, Weaver quarterback here at Saraland.
Maybe was it Saraland? Yeah. Okay, maybe not that far back.
He went to Louisiana Lafayette.
Gotcha.
Probably 10 years ago now.
Okay.
Tough hombre. Remember him?
Yeah. He jumped out. This is Kenan Weaver, and Washington got 7 on first down. And good pressure that time by Daphne to shut that one down. Keith Lambert with the tackle. And now Daphne takes a timeout. Bring up third down.
Those kids that play, you have athletes, and then you have people who are recruited as an athlete. And then you've got guys who are recruited as an angry football player. He's going to bring something to your culture. Weaver was one of those guys. Do you remember?
Yeah.
He was like a Cullen Wacker.
Yeah.
McGill back in the day.
Right. We did do a Citronelle game, and they had a tough quarterback too. I remember.
Yeah, the kid went to UAB, and remember they were dealing with a lot of
discipline. They brought down like 14 players or something.
I remember saying that night that they all came down in the same old cutlass. But the team was highly compromised.
Yeah, it was. They did not bring down this game at Ladd. There's the 6A standings from last year. So Gulf Shores out of there. St. Paul's is in. Citronelle out of there. Murphy is in. So it is going to be a handful. It's actually a 9-team region this year. And now, after that timeout by Daphne, KJ Lacey comes back in at quarterback.
Wow.
On third down and 4. Flips it out on the far side. He's going to have the first down and much more all the way into Daphne territory. It's like, okay, you call a timeout. We're going to bring in Lacey back in, and we're going to seal this thing away as Gill gets another reception.
Yeah, Lacey back in, Gill back in, just to get 4 yards, and he got, what, 20?
Yeah. And now they should be able to just run this one out now with a minute 40 left. They'll snap this one with around a minute and 20 or so, and then officials will be slow to get the ball spotted, and nobody on the field wants there to be more than just want to take a timeout. Jeff Kelly takes a timeout. It's the play clock run all the way down to 0 and takes the.
I think that might have been a timeout because they weren't ready to snap it. Maybe they weren't organized.
Like he just wanted maybe just use the whole the amount and talk to his team over there. So they'll be home next week against Murphy, and John McKenzie took Viger to the championship last year, and then
state title last year.
Yeah, was there 2 years? Was it 2 years? I think he was there, Viger.
He had 2 years and he won it all last year. The folks smart in Saraland are going to wake up feeling pretty good about their football team, aren't they?
Yep, I would.
Any objective observer watching tonight is definitely going to wake up tomorrow having a good impression of how Saraland, how good they can be.
Give on the right side. Kingston Bush comes in. He usually plays on the defensive side of the ball. Play clock, see just winding down there, and Bush a bit close to the first down.
Good bit of them.
So they do not have to snap it again. This will put this one in the books. And Daphne and Saraland welcome us into the 2022 Friday Night Rivals season here. And Saraland gets the victory by 20 over Daphne here in Daphne. And Coach Kelly makes the walk across the way to lead the handshakes with the Daphne players.
Yeah, he went out of his way to say attaboy to the running back Nick Clark.
Yep. And get ready to chat with Heather. He'll probably be a little more. He's usually, we love him in the post when he's on the post-game victorious.
Well, you gave me information I wasn't aware of, that it can be kind of a little moody on Fridays until kickoff.
We've seen it. For years we thought he just didn't like us. He probably didn't. I mean,
there's no doubt it's a combination.
And then we found out maybe it wasn't all us. Maybe just half and half. But he likes the Friday night now. So let's go down to Heather. She has got the head coach of the victorious Saraland Spartans, Jeff Kelly.
All right, Coach Kelly, 1-0 on the season thus far. Talk about the efforts in the second half.
You know, I thought it started from about the second quarter on, to be honest with you. You know, we left a lot to be desired to start the game. You know, about everything you do, whether it was penalty drops, block punt for a safety, giving up a big run. You know, we did everything wrong, but our guys weathered the storm. It's good to see early in the season. We got down 9-0. Our guys didn't flinch. They kept making plays, and you know, we started playing some defense, started getting some shots down the field, and then second half, our O-line and our run game kind of took things over a little bit, and so it was good to get a win.
Told us earlier this week that this is a young team, but that the maturity is there. Talk about their maturity tonight and how you're going to build on this from this point on.
They are young. They're talented. They don't know they're young, so we just got to keep growing. a little bit better each and every week. Take it, and we'll get ready to play next week.
Started the season on the high, though.
It's always good to get a win, without a doubt. You guys, the game on TV, we thank Coca-Cola for being here and being the sponsor for it.
Well, Dr. Pepper and Coca-Cola have something to give you tonight.
On behalf of Coca-Cola, Dr. Pepper, we want to present you with this game trophy. Man, that was an awesome game.
Thank you.
Congratulations, man. It was great to see.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Our guys will present it to them in a bit.
Congratulations.
Guys, thank you.
Guys.
Thanks, Tim, for presenting the trophy to Coach Jeff Kelly and our Herc Reynolds Player of the Game nominees, Ryan Williams. Can you win both? Can you double dip? Can you win the Dr. Pepper Player of the Game and the Herc Reynolds Player of the Game? I think you can. I mean, just saying. Also, KJ Lacey, quarterback, and from Daphne, Nick Clark with the 3 touchdowns for the Trojans on there. So, impressive night here by Saraland, and they get the victory and move on to 1-0. They will be home next week against Murphy to open up region play. Daphne goes on the road to take on Carver Montgomery on Thursday night. We will be in Blunt next Friday night at Blunt, as we will have the Spanish Fort Toros going up against the Blunt Leopards. Blunt fell tonight to Viger, and Spanish Fort was tied late with Fairhope. All right, first one's in the books, Dan Brennan.
Yeah. Well, you know, surprising, but we saw a very talented team in Saraland. That's something to get you goosed up for the rest of the year, because they are good.
All right, we'll see you next Friday night. Thanks to Dr. Pepper and Sonic and all of our great sponsors. Saraland 1-0 on the year to open things up here on Friday Night Rivals.